Hello and welcome. Before we start the video, I just want to say if you find this video in any way helpful, don't forget to thumb up this video and subscribe to my channel. You can also find all the links in this website here, Eller.AI, it's my company, and also in the description down below or in the comments section. For example, the WhatsApp community that we have created and the group chats. All right, let's do this. All right, so this is the team for today. And yeah, what we're gonna do is, as we said yesterday, we're gonna focus on one thing, and it is AI voice automation or AI voice calling, like the AI so that it can replace the receptionist or the anyone that like customer support or even IT technicians maybe in the future, or real estate agents, they so that they can get assistance from this AI voice agent we are gonna create. And I want to say that today is like it is the first day I will be even using this thing. So my point is with doing all this is that we go on the journey all together, and the new people that will join during the journey can go back and watch these videos. Like this is the first day they can go back and watch this, and if they have any questions, they might get answered by watching all these uh, sessions that we have. So that's the point by recording it all, so no one gets stuck. So everyone can be at the same point together. And on YouTube, I have seen that there are not so much transparency about creating a business or creating an agency and all this, So the main point of doing all this, that I do all this, is to be transparent, to show all the pros and cons about it all, So that's my my point of doing it all. And I had a seven-figure company before in Malta. Right now I'm in Sweden. I liquidated the company because the margins were getting lower. It was in the affiliate business niche. So and when I started it like 7 years ago, that's when it was booming. So I believe AI is the correct way, correct thing to focus on. And to prove it, actually, we can go to Google Trends. Just by searching for AI, we can see that the popularity, AI voice agent, actually, voice agents. Oh, this is in Sweden. Wait. Last 12 months. You can see that AI voice agent is actually booming right now. It had a big leap during November. I think it might be because of an update or something like that, with a release or something. But now it's going back up steadily. And even just the word AI, you see it's on the top right now. It's like it has never been as popular as it is today. So we are in the correct boat, the right boat altogether. So, but I just want to say, by doing all this, it's not the main focus should not be focusing on earning money, because then you're just gonna get burned out. the main thing is that we're gonna all learn, and when we learn everything, we need to get interested in something. Like we have to try our best to get interested in it, just to have fun doing all these things, you know. Because if you only think about money, then it's not gonna work in the long term. You have to have the interest for the future, for the technology, or for maybe helping a company, and maybe you guys are just interested in helping out companies or people, you know. Anything, any interest of that kind should do it for the long term. Okay, let's go back to Bland. So let's just walk through it all. What is Bland.AI? This, I don't know so much about it, but I just know that it's the most customable AI phone calling agent service out there. So to become successful in a niche or in any business, it's the best thing you could do is to specialize in one thing. And back 7 years back when I started with affiliate marketing, my niche or my expertise was Google Ads. If you're familiar with Google Ads, um, I answer. All right. Um, with Google Ads. So my expertise was to create ads, and to make them as cheap as possible by increasing the quality result as much as possible. So my expertise was to get as cheap ads as possible, uh, to get as much value as possible, and when you raise the quality result, you even get higher quality leads somehow with maybe cookie targeting or retargeting and all this. So the best thing is just to focus in one thing. Uh, and I have decided that I will only focus on AI phone calling and become an expert on this AI phone calls. I'm not going to focus on chat bots or text bots or automation bots or Zapier or whatever. Our main focus is only AI phone calls, AI voice agents. So that's the only thing we're going to be good at. And you saw the trend. It's perfect time. It's the most popular thing right now, today, this week, is that's it has ever been. So I have went through some AI phone calling agent services, and I'm gonna go through them all together and record the sessions. But I have heard that Bland.AI is the best to become an expert at because it's so customable. All right, let's go through their website so that we are on the same boat. Let me get my glasses on. It's important. Okay, so the front page, they say, hey there, I'm Bland, your new AI phone calling agent. I can make millions of phone calls 24/7 in any voice and for any use case. Call me and I even sound like a human, but I will let you be the judge of that. Okay, so enter your number. Okay, let me enter my number actually, and let's try it. Uh, all right, it's calling.
Who am I speaking with?
Hello, my name is Ufuk.
What brings you to Bland.AI today? Are you looking to build something on our platform?
I'm actually learning about Bland.AI to build a voice agent agency, AI voice agent agency.
Awesome, Ufuk. Building. I love it. So you're looking to create an agency that specializes in AI voice agents. What kind of clients or industries are you thinking of serving with your agency?
Correct. Um, I haven't decided the services yet. Oh, all right.
No worries, Ufuk. Sorry about that. I got cut off. No worries. What made you interested in building an agency around AI voice agents in the first place?
What made me like I see that it's the new technology, and I got interested in learning all that and help companies automate their customer service and yeah, just the reception in general.
In general, yeah, that makes sense. We've had a lot of success with companies using our platform for automated research. What do you think is the biggest challenge you'll face in building your agency?
Right now, the biggest challenge is to learn everything in a correct way and learn to use programming. I saw that you can use Python to program the Bland.AI.
That's right, Ufuk. We support Python, and it's a great way to customize and extend the capabilities of our platform. We also have a lot of pre-built tools and features that make it easy to get started, even if you're not a super experienced programmer.
Yeah, great. I would love to get assisted and yeah, learn how it all works.
Awesome, Ufuk. I'd be happy to help you get started. One thing you can do is sign up for an account on our website, app.bland.ai, and we'll give you some free credits to play around with. We also have a full testing suite and developer dashboard to help you get familiar with the platform.
Okay, perfect.
And if you have any questions or need any help along the way, you can always reach out to our team at hello@bland.ai. We're always happy to help. Is there anything else you'd like to know or discuss before we wrap up?
Do you have any onboarding agents that can help?
Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of documentation and guides on our website that can help walk you through the process of getting started with our platform. And like I mentioned earlier, you can always reach out to our team if you have any specific questions or need any help.
All right, all right. Fair enough. Thank you. What's your name, by the way?
Good luck with your agency. Have a great day and goodbye.
Thank you, thank you. All right, all right. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Yeah, you see, that went pretty well. I would say like it had some it was not perfect, to be honest, but I think we are getting there. Like getting there, the technology is getting there to become perfect, and we the point with Python programming, we can make it as perfect as possible as today, and then in the near future maybe they might come up with a new update like they did with the API version 2. Maybe on version 3 it might be a lot better. So how did you like it, guy, or what do you think about that? You have any comments? Or
Are you asking anyone specific, or that's just open for the group?
yeah, just open, like what do you think about it?
Well, so my perspective, clearly, it's here now, but it's also the wave of the future. It's only going to get better and better progressively. Latency will improve. What I'm here, should we talk about what we're each here to do, or
No, just
I,
your thoughts about the phone call. What do you think? The phone call I just had with the AI.
so I think it's brilliant, and as a use case, depending on what your application is, to your point, you can train the bot to be even more cogent in how it responds. So for a general bot just calling, I think the responsiveness is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's really incredible.
Yeah, you mentioned something with the latency. Actually, the latency is not even a big issue as many would say, because no one expects a robot calling them, or when they reach out to a company, they don't expect a robot answering. It might be just someone that just thinks before they speak. The only thing that I got my thoughts on was that when I was speaking and interrupting that AI, it just stopped instantly. It just was um, yeah, like a instant silence. So that might be the fall, not the fall, but just the exposure for the AI.
So my perspective on it, though, given where it's at, it's incredible, and these things are only going to get better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can even train more of a natural intonation of with the bot to add ums and ahs and some slang responses.
Yeah.
So I think it's a function of training the bot for your own specific application, and you just iterate. You like right out of the box, it's incredible,
Hmm.
but it can only get better with progressive training.
Exactly. So that's the thing. I don't think the AI bot would make those. Yeah, it didn't understand me quite well in some parts maybe, but if we train it with our inputs with the Python programming, maybe it can get better. But yeah, I think it's gonna get better like that, of course. Okay,
See,
so yeah.
I was just going to say I've tested the bot myself a number of times, and
Uh-huh.
I throw curveballs at it. I start talking about things that aren't relevant to our actual conversation,
Yeah.
and the bot is still able to respond appropriately in context. So I've even thrown a joke at it,
Yeah.
and it'll be able to respond. Oh, I can tell that you're making a joke, and it's almost as if I'm having a natural conversation with a real person. It's incredible, the level. So my point is a starting point right now. The bot, well, through Bland.AI, it's incredible,
Yeah.
and
Indeed.
we can only make it better for our own use case specifically by training the bot however we want it to be for whatever application or context we want it to perform in. But as a starting point, it's incredible.
Yeah. Indeed. Okay, so let's continue. Um, let's just check their website just to start and get warm in the clothes. Let's see. Let's put your calls on autopilot. Here is how. Talk to sales. Maybe it's good to talk to sales. Let's see what happens. Um, Actually, yeah, maybe it's good if I just register. Maybe I do it maybe later off cam. Yeah, I'm gonna register. Actually, you know what? I just do it right now because I can just cut this sequence. Let's see. What's your use case? The use case is a good question actually, to know, like, what's our use case of this? Is it to get inbound calls or do outbound calls? So I think, let me just think just quick, what's the a fast client I can get just to test lead qualification. Yeah, lead qualification can be something actually. Exactly. Yeah, let's do. Or cold calls could be too.
But that's your cold calls are going to be outbound, so that you're
Yeah.
making the distinction between inbound versus outbound. If it's inbound, then for what purpose? Uh, like in my case, so I manage a Google Ads agency and we generate leads for businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this as a measure of handling those inbound leads for those companies. So if we drive traffic to a landing page or a funnel on behalf of a customer, let's say it's a plumber or an electrician or a dentist,
Yeah.
then I want the voice AI to answer those phone calls, to filter those leads, number one, but also to never miss a call. So if a prospect is phoning during non-business hours or on a holiday, we still want the voice agent to handle the call, as opposed to it just being a lead form filled out going into an email that the advertiser might eventually respond to. The voice AI can respond in real time and filter that conversation and funnel them right down to, do you want to book an appointment, or do you want us to call you on Tuesday? Or
Yeah.
so in my case, that would be my use case, but each of us is going to have our own
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
purpose. And but the starting point is making the distinction between, do you want outbound dialing or inbound
Mm.
call handling? And if it's inbound, for what purpose?
I'm thinking for inbound, that's the main focus in the future to sell it to companies. Then you're gonna sell inbound agents, like let's say a dentist. Um, let's say I go to a dentist and say, hey, we can replace your receptionist, uh, but with this AI voice agent, and then we need to build for inbound calls, inbound agent. So I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, but it might be different. Like, this is where it can go a little bit broad, because some clients want outbound calls and some clients want inbound. But most of the times would be inbound calls, right?
I don't know if that's true, but I think you're on the right track. It's defining what the objective is here. So I think on the Bland platform, and I could be wrong on this, their enterprise offer is primarily outbound calling, to do massive bulk calling. So you might have a list of 100,000 or a
Yeah,
250,000 leads, and the dialer can make 1,000 calls a day or 1,000 calls per hour,
yeah.
and a certain percentage of those will ultimately become responsive leads potentially. So that would be one use case. If you're a large enterprise and you want that volume of dialing, you could be a charity looking for fundraising. You could be an organization looking for leads for your sales agents. So the outbound calling can do that en masse. So it replaces your outbound call center potentially, or it augments what they can do. But then the second side of this is, if you just want inbound calls, well, what kind of business? If you're a small local business versus, let's say, the head office or the head sales office of a like a franchise that has locations everywhere, well, you still may want a massive volume of inbound calls. But I just think, for the purposes of creating an example, choose one. And
I mean, in the long run, the most scale in the business perspective, uh, in the long term, if we're gonna create an agency, the long run would be selling inbound agents, because that's the most scalable. and also that's the less risky. With risky, I mean I saw an article at 2026 there will be some EU laws where when you make outbound calls with AI can hurt your you can get a fine for that. But no one is 100% sure like how it's gonna
Yeah.
work and but I think the long run will be focusing on inbound agents, where the robots get phone calls and answer phone calls. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't want to be the only one responding, but my thoughts,
Yeah,
it doesn't, for the purposes of, let's say, of this call, I don't think we have to make that decision.
don't you? Oh, all right.
Because we don't know. You made an excellent point. We don't know what's going to happen in various jurisdictions around the world with compliance. What is allowed, what will be allowed, the rules of the game can change. So I live in a country where we have very stringent anti-spam legislation for emailing, for example. Um, Other countries might be more open to that.
Mm,
For the purposes of this call, I don't know if we have to figure
all
the
right.
answer to that question out. In my opinion, my opinion is it's like, what is this? How does it work? And how is Bland
Yeah,
vis-a-vis the competition
yeah,
in this whole ecosystem? And if Bland is a good option, why is it a good option?
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what I'm looking for is how do you start as an agency, like each one of us can figure out what our own
yeah, yeah.
objective is. And so I'm sharing with you, for me, in my agency, I do want to be the provider of voice AI agents for local businesses
Mm-hmm.
in my region. Um, but somebody else might have a completely different objective, which could be outbound dialing or a
Mm-hmm.
combination of the two. I just don't know. So my answer to your question, I don't know if we have to answer that question today of what's the biggest opportunity here,
Yeah,
because my thought is, who knows?
yeah. Who knows? That's you made a good point actually.
I
I
just
think
want to learn how to execute.
yeah. That I just picked customer support because that might be the what I'm thinking about receptionist, customer service. Okay, let me just get this done in a second and let's continue.
And as you're doing that, again, I just want to clarify. I mean, I respect that each person is going to have their own perspective and their own objective in mind. I'm simply sharing my perspective and my objective.
Yeah.
And so with what you're searching right now, I want to sell inbound voice AI agents for the purposes of allowing those companies to provide better customer service and also to help those companies filter their leads.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you know, you've run Google Ads, so not every click from a Google ad is a good lead.
Exactly.
So the bot can do a great job of filtering those leads and putting those leads into the appropriate bucket for the
Yeah.
advertising.
Correct.
Like somebody might need a phone call right now, and the voice AI agent can be trained to let me connect you to a real human right now,
Exactly.
or let me book an appointment for you. What's better, next Tuesday at 2 or Thursday at 9? So it can do all of that.
Let me connect you to our expert and then
Yeah.
boop,
Yeah, or you've got
expert
it might be
joins.
an emergency call. Let's say it's it's a roofing business and there's a rainstorm in the area. Well, people are calling because they want emergency service. So the AI bot might take a call after hours, but it could flip that call through to an operator that's willing to take emergency calls and have a real human being. Now,
Yeah.
that's one example. A dentist also has dental emergencies, and
Yeah. Um, yeah, we
so
just mhm. Yeah.
I think, again, this is just how I look at it. You began from the outset saying that our objective shouldn't be maybe to make money or to be focused primarily on making money.
Yeah.
Uh, I see it differently. I mean, I'm only doing this because I want to make money.
Yeah.
But I understand that in order for me to make money, I have to provide value. So
Yeah.
in this context, the value is what problem am I solving? So we have to, pick in my view, a use case and what is the problem that we're solving in that example. So again, if it's a roofing company that's filtering leads from an ad program, then what problem are we solving for that roofing company
Mm-hmm.
in having a voice say? And so I've just identified a few examples. It can help you filter leads. It can help you. It'll make sure your business never misses a call. It will make sure that emergency leads can be put through to an emergency operator right away. It can save you money. So that's how I look at it. That's how I would deconstruct this: is what problem are we solving, and then how do we solve that problem with the voice AI?
Exactly. Yeah, when I said that we shouldn't focus on making money, I mean that we shouldn't focus on it like only and in the beginning,
Agreed.
because then it's not gonna it's I don't know how to explain it, but
Well,
you're
we're
not
not
gonna get
providing the
passion.
value.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a passion for the product. You're just gonna do it for money and it's not gonna be fun. So we need to create a passion for AI somehow. Uh, I already have it. I love the technology. I love the I want to see. I want to be in the future, kinda. I wanna I wanna kind of brag like I was one of the first guys that did this. And it's not only about money. Of course, we want to survive and make some money, but it's not about getting rich at first. It's about just to learn and to be self-sustainable to a point. And then you can focus on scaling and making money and get rich. But if you only think about getting rich right now at the first day, nah, it's not gonna work. Like it doesn't work with like that. You might know about Google Ads. You didn't think about getting rich at first when you just opened Google Ads at first time, right? You just wanted to learn and you were interested in it, maybe. Or am I wrong?
I'll allow someone else to respond. I don't disagree with you, by the way.
Yeah,
I think the focus has to be on learning for sure.
yeah,
But I also believe this, that if we have integrity and good intentions are not good enough.
yeah,
Just because I want to help a business, that's not enough. I have to be legitimate. So if I'm going to proclaim myself as a leader or an expert, then I should be an expert. So I've got to do my own work to study, to learn, to test. I'm doing all of this so my customers don't have to.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, if we do a great job of focusing on the learning and implementation, that's really the key. It's action. It's not just learning, it's implementing,
yeah,
because we're going to learn more from the doing, because we're going to have a mistake or we're going to make an iteration, and each one of these problems, let's say, become an opportunity to learn. And quite often that's the way we learn best, is through our mistakes and our errors. Having said all of that, to your point, if we value the learning and make that our focus, then the byproduct of doing that, if we're truly solving a problem, is that we'll make money.
yeah. And I can guarantee you that if you work for free for the first two or three clients, that's when you're gonna learn for real. Like it's not gonna be in the theory right now. We're gonna make some programming and all that, but the real learning starts when you get a client. And to get a client, the easiest way is to create something for free, right? So that's my strategy. I'm gonna find clients. I'm gonna record when I find clients. for free as well. So, but that's some steps ahead. So we're just gonna learn about Bland today. So let's read about it in the website about them. So they say, yeah, let's continue. Hello, Benedict, by the way. So let's see what they say. Bland in action. Our most popular use cases, along with a quick demonstration from our co-founder and CEO, going over how Bland works to automate all of your inbound and outbound calls. All right. First of all, it does sales. We are all too familiar with the statistic that only 1% of salespeople call a lead back in the first minute. So, all right. But it increases conversions by 400%. So if you call someone at the first minute, it increased by 400%. I know that this technology was there before AI as well. I had a guy that was doing it when you put your phone number in a website. Some guy, like, I don't know how it was working, but there was a system like Twilio or S2. It was calling the lead directly and connecting the first person on the line. And if the first person cannot take the call, the next person in the line takes it. So yeah, they have the statistics from that system maybe, because I don't know if they have tested this with AI yet. But yeah, okay, that's correct. This is correct numbers. Okay, Bland instantly calls back, schedules, qualifies, and can nurture leads too. Okay, perfect. Bland always has a great attitude, a perfect memory, and infinite patience. This about perfect memory. This is a new update actually in the Bland. I think it's the version 2 API. Back then, I don't think it could save transcripts, but today it can. I might be wrong, but let's see. Perfect memory. So it remembers the conversations and people. This is a big update actually. And infinite patience. Yeah, we have seen that too. Never make customers wait on hold or deal with a bad attitude again. Actually, in Sweden, we don't have this problem so much, but it can be a problem in other countries. A bad attitude, you know. Um, Operations, automate and streamline your data collection, communication, and just overall efficiency. How do you say efficiency across different departments and the product. Expand your enterprises, existing product lines, build a new ones altogether, or even build a startup entirely of a Bland's phone agent. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do actually. So for enterprises, what we get is call campaign analytics. This is good. Custom tools, fine-tune models, and custom infrastructure. I think custom infrastructure is to connect with APIs through make.com or Zapier. I'm gonna use make.com because it's easier. So, oh yeah, it says yeah, from our general API, exactly, increasing the reliability of your phone agents. Yeah, perfect. This is like the most important of everything. Train you on your existing data to optimize your agent. I actually have tons of phone calls, like thousands of phone calls I can feed the agents with to get to fine tune the model. But let's see in the future. Okay, so what is Bland's pricing? Okay, it's 9 cents per minute. I thought it was 12 or 16. Some people said yesterday. The only thing is that when we connect Bland with maybe ChatGPT Mini or Twilio, it might go up to maybe 26 cents. But I can be wrong right now. This is just the information I have gotten from the internet. Does Bland work outside the US? Yes, Bland can make calls outside the US, including Australia, the United Kingdom, India, and the rest of the world. Yesterday we had a guy from an African country, and he could not make the AI talk in his language. I don't remember which language it was, but it does not work in all countries, but in most of them maybe. Yeah, let me just maybe email them later about Swedish, because I'm gonna focus on Swedish and Norwegian and Danish. If I'm not a developer, can I still use Bland? If you aren't a developer, you can integrate Bland using Zapier or Make. Okay, this is what with what we said. Join the Discord community. Yeah, this is also good. Let's join the Discord community as well later. I'm gonna send these links if you cannot find them to meet and get support from other no-code builders. Okay. Does Bland work for inbound calling? Yes. You can configure Bland.AI phone agents to answer inbound phone calls. Create your inbound phone agent. Visit Bland developer portal. Okay. Actually, the developer portal, we are gonna spend a lot of time on this Bland.AI developer portal, because we're gonna get experts in one thing and to develop Bland. Okay, let's see. How many phone calls can Bland handle at any given time? You can dispatch or receive thousands of phone calls at once using Bland. To scale further, Bland will provide dedicated infrastructure for your enterprise. Connect with one of your solutions engineers here. Okay. I think a person can make 400 calls a day if they are less than 5 minutes. I think 400 calls is 2000 minutes. So 2000, okay, yeah, 2000 minutes is like more than one day, but let's say 2 minute calls, 400 2 minute at 400 calls is 800 minutes. It's still like 13 hours, I think. No one works 13 hours. Okay, so 1 minute calls. If we make 1 minute calls, we can make 400 outbound calls every day with a human, and that's exhausting. So I think we are not gonna touch thousands of calls every day, because we're gonna I will mainly focus on business to business, and if it's 400 minutes a day, or let's say 800, it's gonna be around between 9 and 5 p.m. So 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So 800 minutes up to 1,200 minutes. So it's gonna be maybe up to 400 calls per day. So this is not so relevant for us. Can I create a phone agent that speaks non-English languages? Yes, you can, using Bland's voice cloning functionality to create a voice for any language, from French to German to Spanish, etc. Okay, that's very good. Someone's microphone is itching. I think it's Wilf.
It's itchy?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how to explain. It's noisy a little bit in the background.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, I actually have to log off because I do have a hard stop. I've got another call in 4 minutes.
All right. Yeah, we're still here.
So I'll look forward to the recording, and hopefully I get rid of the buzz for you.
All right. Yeah, we're still here. I will be here for some hours.
Okay. Well, thank you for putting this together. It's much appreciated. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the recording.
Nice to see you again, Wilf. Let's talk later.
Cheers.
Ciao.
Yeah, stay safe. Thank you.
You too.
Hi there, Ufuk. I also have to jump off for another client call that I got in a couple of minutes. But yeah, this is a perfect start, man. This is well done.
Hmm.
I mean, my use case is, I'm in Africa, so obviously the whole African language thing is probably going to be quite a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
But for now, having a basic on English at least and a few others should be good enough. But yeah, opening up the African market, that's definitely going to be one of those challenges, with the African language. But I can understand because there's only so many models that they can teach, to the AI.
Yeah. Like,
So,
what's the most popular African languages? Is it? Wait, let me see.
well, I mean, there's a few. It depends on the region. That's the thing, because a lot of the African languages are tribal by nature.
Swahili
Uh,
and Yoruba, Igbo and Fula. I think Swahili, yeah. So there might be an AI soon in Swahili, right? Or someone maybe program it soon. Um, yeah.
well, yeah, I would assume because, well, here's the thing you got to understand from Africa is that even though you may have a proponent of a lot of people of a particular language, they may not be in an area where they can have access to this kind of tech. Because Africa is still literally, as they call it, dog Africa
Yeah.
for a reason. It's still very limited from a tech access perspective. A lot of promises are being made. I mean, Starlink from Elon Musk and all of the other cool stuff. But the problem is that it's too darn expensive, and that
Yeah.
is a huge
Yeah.
digital divide and challenge for us is data and technologies are still very expensive compared to the rest of the world. That is not to say that there are pockets within Africa which is highly connected, some even rivaling first world countries, but that's pockets. It's not a common thing like you would have in Europe or Australia or America or even some of the Asian countries.
Exactly. Like there are some countries in Africa that are very sophisticated, like South Africa,
Yep.
uh, and I think Zambia is good, Nigeria.
Yep. Yep. So,
Uh,
so there's a few of them. So obviously, the deeper we dig into unpacking the marketplace, the more you're going to have that demographic information at hand to see, okay, fine, what languages would make sense, which areas would make sense, to be the first, and then use those as springboards to get into the rest. Like South Africa is most of the time seen as a springboard to get into other countries in Africa. However, there are countries now that are surpassing South Africa, in the tech capability and uptake of technologies.
yeah.
Uh, because they were able to negotiate better deals. They were considered to be a little bit more open with their economy. They were willing to, have literally almost open borders as far as technology is concerned, where other countries are very closed because you have to bribe the guys and pay off the right guys with the right fees and the right contracts to get quote unquote permission to get in. So it enriches the elites, but not the common guy in the street, which ultimately is what you need if you want to go for mass adoption. You don't care about the elites. You care about the man in the street. And, if you have to grease a lot of people to kind of get into the streets, then all of a sudden, $10,000 solution is becoming $1 million solution because you've got to bribe so many people.
Yeah, my main focus will be Europe. I'm gonna start in Sweden and then focus on Norway, Denmark, and maybe Germany. Uh, so that's my main focus. Uh, I don't know which
Well,
country you're in. Maybe you have the German accent a little bit.
well, I am in South Africa physically. I'm
Oh,
in
okay.
yeah, I'm close to Cape Town, which is like on the southern tip of Africa. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Africa is my home
Yeah.
continent, so to say. So obviously, I want to bring technology, and get people in to become a little bit more tech savvy
Yeah.
on the continent. But from an income perspective, I need to pursue international opportunities because, as Wolf pointed out, is that yeah, we get into things to actually ultimately pay the bills and give us the lifestyle. So from that perspective, yeah, it's a twofold for me in the sense that I want to get people, out of their tech phobia and into their tech savvy space, because I believe that we need, just from a market space perspective, we need about 1 billion extra people to be more tech savvy
Yeah.
for this the economy to really benefit everybody around the world. And that's just, a small number. We're 8 billion, and of which just over 2 are considered tech literate, but not necessarily tech savvy.
Yeah.
And then, on the flip side, as my last comment, because I got to run for my call, we've got 2 billion people that still don't have basic water and sanitation.
Yeah.
So, as I said, the challenges are real.
Hmm.
But what this tech can do for us is the fact, I believe we can automate things which frees us up to actually go and do the real work of improving people's lives and giving them, the skills to be able to create the incomes that they require to change their lives.
Yeah. So what is your goal, or what's your niche that you're gonna pick? Do you know like which branch you're gonna focus on?
Well, I've basically created real AI wealth creators with the impetus of merging a couple of varied initiatives that I started a few years ago. One of which is Rapid Tech Assist, Rapid AI Trading. I've joined partnering with basically a wealth platform that allows me to, or allows anybody for that matter, to invest into real estate from as little as $10 on a completely online platform. So we are in essence using tech as tool to enable people to actually come in, learn skills, become tech savvy, with the impetus of creating that passive income to get to that freedom where you want to be, so you can go anywhere, do anywhere, live the lifestyle of what you want to do. So my niche that I basically want to focus on is basically getting people into a space where they become tech savvy. And
Hmm.
I can use these technologies to actually enable very quick learning, rapid tech learning, which is basically what I'm about. I've been in the tech industry for 35 years, corporate IT, Fortune 500 companies globally, all that kind of cool stuff. But I was in the closet, so to speak.
Hmm.
So bring that tech skills into the space of saying, okay, fine, we cannot get you guys to go on 2, 3, 4 years of qualifications and training and then only becoming productive. You actually need to become productive, contributing, understanding within 3 to 6 months, because it is moving so freaking fast. By the time you run off to the college to go and get a 3-year qualification, to only then come and add your unique twist to something or your unique idea to something, is too late. The opportunity is gone. I mean, by the time you're going to figure out, AI is going to literally have crashed that already. So if you don't really, I mean, I've looked at the stats. The Moore's law was 18 months. Now it's down to 6 months, where we're doubling what we did 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Uh, No, you can't expect somebody to learn a skill over 3 years when that's 6 opportunities gone in 3 years.
Yeah, yeah. It goes fast with technology.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm looking at it. What's the quickest, easiest way to get technology in people's hands? Teach them enough skill. It's basically two phrases that I use: is minimum viable product, minimum viable marketing, minimum viable skill.
Yeah.
Those are the things you need. Nothing else is going to cut it anymore.
We're gonna isolate one specific skill set, and that's the voice AI and maybe some programming with it. But I'm gonna like keep it as simple as possible so that as many people as possible learn. It's like I want to make this shift where even non-tech people can understand like a little bit or as much as possible for with these AI things. So yeah, so let's
Yep.
continue. Uh-huh. Let's
No, I mean, but that's what I like about what you're trying to do as well, is that because it does blend in with my objective is to get tech into as many people's hand, because I mean, from a goal perspective, to get 1 billion people to become more tech savvy, one, we need that market space. Let's be honest, okay? If we don't have enough people to buy our products, well, then guess what? You're going to get to a point of what I don't like the word saturation, because I think it's probably not going to happen. However, the reality is, if we have got a marketplace of 8 billion people, okay, and we've only got 2 billion on them on some way, shape, or form of being tech literate, what's happening to the other 6?
yeah.
Uh, what are we forever going to forget them? Are they forever going to be, wherever they are? I mean, no. If we want to solve the big problems, then guess what? And if technology is one of the tools we've got to use, then well, guess what? We need to figure out easy, simple ways to equip those folks to actually become contributing human beings. I mean, a simple thing like, for instance, you're saying your voice AI for Africa. Well, guess what? I need entrepreneurs in literally all of the tribes to all of their languages so they can teach the AI those languages. Makes sense, because the thousands of people that want to interact with AI would love to do it in their native language, their mother tongue.
Yeah.
And what a better thing to do.
Exactly. So we're gonna focus on what we can have today, and it's the languages that are available today. We're gonna just focus on those. But of course, if some programmer outside these countries can come in and program and create these language packs for these AI models, of course it's gonna be a huge help, but with hoping, like doing all this, and we get some hope of some programmers seeing this, and maybe they can jump in and do those things, so that's also a cool thing with creating a community like this, starting from A to Z.
Yep.
So
So,
yeah, let's continue here.
okay, great stuff. So I will look forward to our next session, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
All right, see you. Nice to meet you again, and yeah, catch you on WhatsApp, the community group chat.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
See,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so next thing, Bland will fine-tune a custom language model for your enterprise using prior conversation data. To inquire about a custom model, contact our team here. Okay, yeah, that's what I did before. We already contact them. Custom models removed rate limits for unlimited scale and enterprise level support from Bland.AI solution engineers. What features are there? Okay. Okay, so there is an enterprise account type. Okay. Yeah, I already talked to sales. Okay, so let's see the latest news. AI phone agents, the complete guide. Okay, this is good to see as actually. Bland.AI versus Sierra AI, a comparison of conversational AI. Yeah, maybe this we can read. And AI phone agents, revolution call center technology. Yeah, these articles I'm gonna read. Yeah, I just need some break. Coffee break, 5 minutes. All right, just let me get some coffee. Okay, let's dive in. Dive into Bland. Second hour now. Okay, let's see what happens if, okay, enterprise we already signed up for. We're gonna check the blog later. Let's do the sign up now. Okay. Right. Verification code. Okay, welcome to Bland.AI, redefining conversational intelligence. Let's see. Conversational pathways, yes, okay, infinite scalability, perfect. Dedicated infrastructure, perfect. Yeah. Good security, all right. Comprehensive analytics, perfect. Low latency solutions, is it? But this will get better with time, of course. Okay, enterprise ready platform backed by founders of Twilio. Okay, with Bland we're gonna use Twilio and PayPal. I don't know. We're not gonna use PayPal. I think maybe only for the payments. All right. Oh, they have their own learning resources and platforms. Okay. This is where we're gonna get expert at. We're gonna go through everything here, okay? So to become an expert, you need to know all these things. So this is also good to know. But let's onboard. We have added $2 free testing credits to your account to get started. Here from Bland.AI. Okay.
Yo, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You've been doing Bland AI for 2 hours?
Yeah, we read through the website and
Oh,
and talked, and I have recorded everything. I will upload everything on YouTube.
bro, you should start a YouTube channel, you know?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
The way you speak is like interesting and yeah, you can catch the people's attention.
You think? Ah, thank you.
Yeah, 2 hours is crazy, bro. Keep it up.
This is the second hour. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Here, this is the front page that you will need to love. You will need to understand everything at the end of this month or whatever. What's the goal? I think it's 2 months. I put 2 months. I'm gonna become expert of. Now 2 months is too much even. Like 1 month, I'm gonna become expert of Bland.AI. I will know everything about all these subfolders, subpages. I'm gonna know everything what they do and how to use them. Okay, together with you guys. So let's start and see how it actually works. Quick actions. We have conversational pathways. Design infinitely complex branching conversational flows. Send phone call. Use our visual editor. Dispatch phone calls. Send bulk phone calls. Buy phone number. Voices and voice cloning. Purchase credits. Okay, so does anyone have an idea of where to start? If no one is wanna
I
talk,
I think a
no, I didn't.
tutorial is better.
the tutorial. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do the tutorial. You mean the university, right?
Now maybe I don't know what is Bland.AI for? Like phone calls, right?
Yeah, AI voice agency.
Yeah, I think we should start on that one and just go from that. Try to figure it out little by little.
Exactly. So I see here the documentation. This is also something we need to get good at the end of the month or in a month. Like we need to know the API references. We need to know about the documentation about, you know, how to extract data and all these things. Let's start with just the simple stuff. Let's see the university introduction. Okay, this module provides an overview of Bland, covering its purpose, key functionality, and overall architecture. Students will become familiar with the terminology used in the platform and its basic operations. Learning objectives. Understand the purpose and capabilities of Bland. Familiarize yourself with the Bland interface and key components. Okay. Grasp the basic operation available within Bland. Okay. Overview. This lesson introduces Bland, its core purpose, and the main features it offers to users. Okay, give me the first lesson, man. This lesson students helping students effectively use the platform. Define going to join. Okay. Define basic terms and concepts used in Bland. Apply these terms in the context of Bland operations. Terminologies. Inbound call. Bland can receive calls for you. This is like our main focus. That's what we want. That's what I'm gonna sell, you know. With your defined agent answering the phone, right? So, okay. Conversational pathway. Conversational pathways allow you to give your agent instructions on how it should respond at each point in conversations. This gives. Oh, can you mute the microphone, bro? Meanwhile. Okay, thanks. So conversational pathways. Okay, so what we learn here is conversational pathways will. It's like a chat bot. So if someone says something specific, it's gonna direct the. You see it at the on the photo. So if someone says X or Y, it will answer differently. So it's like a chat bot. So this is easy to understand. So when someone says to you, it is a conversational pathway, they mean like it's like a chat bot. It can give you an answer depending on the question, right? So uh, you can give it specific instructions on how it should respond at each point in a conversation. Greater dialogue control, exactly. And it gives greater dialogue control because um, you can control the specifics. Like, yeah, I want to book on Monday on the calendar, you know, and then because you say Monday, you know, whatever, it it brings up the calendar because you say on Monday, for example. Yeah, something like that. Give your agent instructions on how it should respond to specific points. Okay. Conversational pathways are like intelligent flow charts that your agent can follow during a call. Okay. The agent makes decisions at each node about what to say and what to do next. For example, if you look at the image below, you will see conversational pathway for a restaurant reservation. Okay, let's see. Hi there. This is not Bland Bistro reservation line. What? Do you want to make a reservation? Okay. User respond yes. Of um this is how you build it. Okay. So okay, yeah. I got it. The white ones are the robot, okay? And the blue ones are the people. Um so it's always gonna start with hey there. This is not Bland Bistro reservation online or like line. Do you want to make a reservation? Wait for user respond. If they say yes or no, it doesn't matter. Here, if they say no, of course the AI will understand and say, okay, have a great day, sir. But if they say yes, ask for the date, time, and number of guests. Ask each question one at a time, okay? So this we give instructions to the robot to ask them for each time. This is kind of like a programming, but okay, let's see. Okay, so if the number of guests are less than 8, so if they are 7, then please give me a moment as I check our bookings. So it's gonna check uh, the bookings if there are empty tables, and you can put an API for the reservation for a calendar, like Calendly or whatever you're gonna use. But if the number of guests are more than 8, so if they are 9 or 8, I don't know, like what if they are just 8? Okay. Anyways, if they are more than 8, um, tell the user you will be transferring them to our agents to handle request, and this is the phone number. So how they are programmed this is if there are people, let's say you go with your family and you're more than 10 people. If you have a big family and you say, hey, I want to reservate a table. So if you're more than 8, so you're 10, then the AI will say, okay, let me transfer you to our boss or our yeah, like let's say not boss, but it sounds strange to say boss, but let's yeah, let me transfer you to our to my colleague, let's say. The AI will say. And then you will answer the phone. You will get a phone call and say and get into the conversation with these people reserving. And then you can, because it's more than 8 people, it's a lot of money, more money, and it's different because you need to set up some tables. So but if they are less than 8 people, reservation success is false. Okay, so if there are no, if what? Okay, if there are no tables um, for less than 8 people, tell the user that there are no more slots for that given date and time. Give alternatives to use. Give alternatives. Okay, exactly. So if there is no tables at the time and date, you send them uh, you tell the user like, yeah, we don't have the slot at given time and date. So user gives time slot not in available slots. Yeah, there is not more here. User gives time slot not in available slot. Okay, and after that, when the robot tells, yeah, we don't have time or we don't have table or and in this time at this point, then the user needs to give another time and date. But if there are some tables, you see that it tests first if there are no tables. So first it checks before it checks if there are tables. It checks if there are no tables. So first it checks it if it's full booked, and but if it's not full booked and there are tables, reservation success is true. Like this is Boolean. It's called in programming like it's when it's two equals against each other, it's called Boolean, and it means like either true or false, and it's like very strict. Okay, so if there are tables available, tell the user that you have made the reservation for the given date and time, and the number of people, whatever. Okay, and the number of the I think the restaurant. Anyways, uh, here the AI starts the call with greeting and the question exactly. Then it asks for details about the reservation, as I said, okay, before moving on to the next one, okay. It then responds differently depending on the number of guests, okay, yeah. If more than 8 guests, then it transfers the call to a human being, exactly. If fewer than 8, then it attempts for a reservation. If the request is available, we'll try to find another time. If it succeeds, exactly what I just said, yeah. Okay. But what if it's 8 people, right? If if more than 8 guests, if fewer than 8, what if they are 8? We are 8 people, we want a table. What happens then? I don't know. I think it goes to the transfer. Yeah.
Yo, bro, have you tried like watching on a YouTube channel, like a tutorial or something,
No, I want to learn
on your own?
from the documentations. This is the correct way, I think. I will watch some YouTube as well, but there are not
Okay,
so
okay.
many things about Bland in YouTube.
Bland.AI?
Yeah, I don't see.
I'll try to send some links on WhatsApp, okay?
Okay, okay. So after that, this refers to an API used to perform an external action. For example, if you want to reserve an appointment or look up information from your sales database. Webhook, it's in the end, like it sends everything to a webhook with an API. So this is also a little bit tricky to understand in the beginning. So custom tool, you can create custom tools that send messages for you, update your CRM, create support tickets, schedule and appointment and more. A campaign is a group of calls. You can provide a CSV file to supply phone numbers and other information. Okay. So these things we have to understand. The webhook is connecting to the APIs. So for example, when we're gonna automate this system, we're gonna connect it to the API through make.com. Like you put the webhook and it's connected to the API. It sounds a little bit hard, but it's easy to do when you just understand it. You can create custom tools exactly and campaign and this, yeah. Create campaign. Use a pathway in your calls for a campaign. This is if you're gonna do outbound calls. So if exactly, so if you're gonna create a phone agent for outbound calls, you can upload a CSV file to create a campaign. I think it's, let's see if we find it. Campaign, yeah, here. Create campaign, and then upload CSV. You can upload like a person's name, last name, phone number, emails, whatever. Okay, that's good to know. Voices. You can choose from a young, chirpy voice like Alexa to a soft and engaging voice like Derek's, and variety of other voices. Okay, yeah, this is good to know as well. Yeah, and some people they give them stars. Okay, let's see. Let's see the voices here. Male with German accent. Search voices. Okay. So yeah, we can find some voices. Let me see if there are Swedish. Yeah, okay, there is Swedish as well. Wow. Let's hear.
Hey, this is Blandy. Can you hear me all right?
Okay, but this was in English. Let's see.
Hey, this is Blandy. Can you hear me all right? Hey, this is Blandy. Can you hear me all right?
Okay, and let's see.
Hey, this is Blandy. Can you hear me all right?
I think the best is to clone your own voice. But yeah, you can upload a new voice, but today we're not gonna go through that. I know how to do it. I think it's through voice description. Use the file between 5 to 30 minutes for optimal results. Yeah, so you're gonna talk in 5 to 30 minutes. Include natural pauses, tone, reflection. Okay. Ensure the file, ensure the recording is in. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of easy to do. You just talk 5 to 30 minutes and just upload it. Cool. This is was it oh, we skipped the introduction. But I think we already know about the introduction. Let's see the video. I think we should round, like we have done the one lesson today, and I think that's enough just to let it melt. And let's see the video and just round for today because.
Welcome to this introduction to Bland. I'm really excited to introduce you to Bland, our company, and how everything works. So starting out, how did we even get here? Well, 2 years ago, ChatGPT was released and AI finally got smart. It finally reached a point where it could start automating some of the really high value tasks that to date only humans have been able to do. As a result of this big shift, what we see is executives across America and the world's biggest enterprises to small and medium-sized enterprises, they're all looking to adopt AI. And yet, even as everyone looks to adopt this technology, there's a very clear difference between companies that are successfully implementing it and those who are failing to do so. And so on the winning side, we see companies like Klarna, where their AI support bot reportedly automated the work of about 700 customer service reps and is saving them about $40 million a year. And that is incredible. And yet on the losing side, we see companies like Chevrolet, where they gave away a 2024 car for a single dollar, or Air Canada's support bot that gave the wrong discount to a customer, or DPD's chatbot that was convinced to badmouth DPD on its own website. And so the question is, well, what are the winning enterprises doing correctly? And what are the ones who are getting publicly humiliated doing wrong? And the answer comes down to kind of 3 core components. And one is guardrails around their agents' behavior. The second is observability to understand what's happening. And the third is having the right underlying infrastructure to make sure data is secure and that the underlying response quality is really high. Those are the 3 core tenets of the Bland platform. And so for guardrails, we have our conversational pathways interface. And within pathways, you can map out exactly how you want your call flow to proceed while giving an LLM the power to contextualize, understand what a given person is saying, and then take the predefined action and follow the set of instructions that you've provided. And so within this interface, we have really stringent guardrails to get consistent behavior while also preserving the LLM's ability to generate natural sounding responses. Then when it comes to observability, we have the tooling to automatically disposition calls, to pull insights from them, to explain what happened, and to also pull discrete data points that are important, to then pull that information out and then connect it into systems like HubSpot, Salesforce, and Zendesk. Third, we have end-to-end APIs for everything. So Bland was built initially with a developer focus and then switched to enterprise. Because of that initial developer focus, we have APIs available for dispatching calls, sending batches of calls, doing call analyses, and anything else you can imagine. So check out the documentation at docs.bland.ai. And then finally, when it comes to infrastructure, Bland self-hosts its infrastructure end-to-end. The way an AI phone agent works is you have a transcription model, a language model, and a text-to-speech model, and all three of these models are hooked up together. Unlike other voice AI providers that might take one model off the shelf, another and another, and use a bunch of third-party services to kind of stitch them together to try and do a real-time call, at Bland, we actually self-host all this infrastructure on our own clusters. The main benefit of this is we cut out
that about the self hosting. It's a new thing actually.
the network latency from server to server so that our agents generate responses faster. Additionally, we remove that unreliable factor of one of these services potentially going out or spiking in latency. And so again, if you were reliant on 3 separate service providers, the likelihood that your call quality fails due to a spike in latency or due to an outage is massive, and it's untenable for real enterprises. Whereas with Bland, because we've self-hosted, we're able to provide an exceptional level of reliability at scale. And then finally, in terms of ability to integrate with telephony platforms, Bland has direct integrations with Twilio, Vonage, and Amazon Connect. So your enterprise can connect your existing telephony system to be able to set up your calls directly with Bland.
Yeah, I think we're gonna use Twilio, but
Twilio,
there's like Twilio,
Vonage, and
Vonage. What is that? Let me check. Okay, this is when you connect is for to call, make a call, you know, like Skype kinda. But this is for you see, like you for to contact to make the calls. Bland is not making the calls. I think it's not. I think it's. Let's see. I don't think it does the calls. I think you need to connect it with something that has a phone number. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you see, like a Twilio. You see, it has the add-ons, Twilio, and let's see, package with a dialer. Exactly, we need a dialer, and that dialer is like a um, it's like a list of phone numbers, and you can call them or get a phone number, you know, with a dialer. Uh, I don't think Bland it does not provide a phone number, so we need to use Twilio to get a phone number and make calls and take calls. Uh, okay, so
Yeah, okay, I got it. So you need Twilio to make calls and take calls. Yeah.
exactly, so there is 3 options we have. Vonage, I think. Let's see, pricing. What's the pricing? I think they are different in pricing, but the best one is, I think, Twilio. So we're gonna use Twilio. I'm gonna use Twilio. It's good for voice. You see,
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna use Swedish.
I
So
guess the country it has some jurisdiction or something. Yeah, it works and where it doesn't work. So,
it works uh, like a phone. Let's see which one. Yeah, I have to check this in detail because what is this? We don't have a decent number. No. Yeah, I have to check these in detail. But Twilio, if you make local calls, it's 16 cents. No, 1.6 cents, right? So this is to make calls per minute. So to mobile calls, it's 3.5. I think we're gonna do this VoIP here, browser and app calling. So this is half a cent, almost. But I'm not 100% sure yet because with this maybe it's I don't know about the integration with this, but yeah, we're gonna calculate everything. But right now, yeah, Benedict.
Yeah, so I was like, my apologies to take you guys behind, okay? But
No,
then
no, it's
okay, so I was like trying to, for a couple of months now, thereabout, I've been trying to venture in it. I have this passion and enthusiasm to have a basic knowledge on AI. So I've been making some couples of research, to
mm,
have a basic knowledge because I am this kind of person that believe AI is gonna take just gonna have with AI gonna have a very big demand. When it's used in a professional way, it kind of it's going to be what people are going to like focus on and venture into. So like kind of not being kind of confused. Reason being, because here I think it's more complex for me here. I think I need a basic class where I can start from the scratch
mm.
and then know what it's all about. And I think I'm not in the right place, if I may say. I don't know. Can you help me out here?
So okay, let's say the you know what Bland is now. Do you understand what Bland is? This is the where you get the conversional pathways. Where this is the robot. Okay, so this is the robot we are creating here in the Bland. So this is where we're gonna control what to say and what to do. Okay. Um, you can see
So
for ex
basically, yeah, basically you're saying Blind is like an app that like introduces you on what to do with the AI, right?
exactly. This is the, for example, now I can create Benedict number 2, Benedict Junior. I can do it only with Blend. Here I can create the Benedict. Okay, I can create you. I can clone you here. Okay, so this is the robot. We create the robot here.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and this is where we need to get good at. Like we need to know how to create a robot perfectly. So tomorrow I'm gonna go into this, like how to create it. uh, for example, the restaurant why doesn't it work? Yeah, the pathways we're gonna generate tomorrow, not today, but
Oh,
I'm gonna start to create a robot tomorrow, and maybe I can clone you. So here we make this on this website. We will create a robot, okay? Only
mm,
only the robot. And in Twilio here, as you can see, it's on the add-ons. You see Twilio right here in the same website.
mm,
Like this is the website we create the robot, and in the same website we see the Twilio. You see here? You see
yeah, yeah.
yeah. And why do we see Twilio? Because Twilio is the, you see, I can use Twilio here. Use your Twilio here. It is
Yeah.
the number management and phone caller. So
So to like basically on making using of voice and the video, is it also equivalent with videos or just the voice?
yeah, the Twilio, I think it's only calls voice. So let's say this, what I'm trying to explain is, in the Bland, we're gonna have the robot, but the robot cannot speak to anyone. To make it speak to anyone, we need to have Twilio. Okay?
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's, I know it's like, it's not so perfect, because if Bland, they have money, they would maybe create their own Twilio, and so that you can call in Bland as well. But today they don't. They want to do that because it's hard and it takes time and it's expensive. Plus, you need to. It's different rules and laws, you know. So they just connect with Twilio because it's easier. It's partnership. They partner up with this company. Okay. Did you understand or?
Sure, it's clear. So I'm just asking you if I'm in the right place. I think that's from the basics you are telling me. You're explaining.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
do you
I
think
got it.
you're in the right place or wrong place?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. From the basics, you were like moving on. I was just from the beginning. I was just observing,
Yeah.
but then it's clearer. It's more clear to me. So the
Yeah.
Twilio is, yeah, the Bland AI is unlike having your phone without a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Then with Twilio, we have it with the mouthpiece, just like that. So
Exactly. Twilio is the phone. You buy your robot a phone, huh? You pay,
yeah.
like if you make it a robot, that's gonna handle requests in restaurants, then it needs a phone,
Mm,
and the phone will
yeah.
be Twilio. Okay, so you buy an
Okay.
iPhone for the robot here. Okay.
Are you gonna?
Um, yeah, that's it for today. I think it's been 2 hours now. Are you happy or are we good? Do you have any questions or anyone?
Yeah. Of course. My question is answered, and I'll be waiting to be cloned soon, maybe tomorrow or something.
All right. Hello, Ahmad. Now it's been 2 hours. We are leaving now. Anyways, thanks for joining the meeting. And Fatih, you good? We all good? Okay.
Yes, thank you, man. Thank you, Ufuk.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It's a huge, how do you say that? Um, uh, um,
Opportunity.
Opportunity, but also from your side, you're an action taker. Uh, Positive, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you all. And yeah, tomorrow we're gonna do another 2 hours and then we're gonna go through the lessons. You see, like we did the lesson 2 today, and I recorded everything. I'm gonna put everything on YouTube, and if it's okay as well. And lesson 3
Yeah.
and 4, and then we're gonna start step by step. This is the right and correct way. It's gonna take more time than just watching a YouTube video, but with YouTube video you only learn this much. But with this, you learn everything. Like we need to become experts on this. We don't need to understand a little bit about it. We need to understand everything. You know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So this is the correct way to go, and this is the documentations, and yeah, I'm gonna save the documentations and put it on WhatsApp. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.